Hi, my name is Delpha Samuels, and I am the new host of the brand new TV show Kingdom Influencer. I am so excited about today's first episode. I have the beautiful Shawntaria Franklin with me. Hello, how are you?
I am doing great. And first, I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. It's such a blessing to be in your presence, to be on this platform. So thank you.
So we are so excited to just dive right into this interview with her. For those of you that don't know, she is a powerful woman of God. She is an evangelist in her own right. She preaches the gospel. She lives what she preaches. But what's so amazing about her is she's an actress. She's an author. She's a mother. She has so many great things going on. And we're so excited to dive into this conversation today. So tell us just a little bit about, your experience. What got you into acting? We know that you're an evangelist. We know that you're a preacher. But what is your passion? What is the drive behind acting?
Okay, first I want to say that it actually started out with me modeling.
Wow.
From there, it opened up the door to acting. But it initially, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go be this wonderful actress. Because I remember I went to Miami and I said, you know what, I'm going to get in this music video and I'm going to just, do what I got to do to make it big.
Right.
But I didn't think about, allowing the Lord to be ahead of my career. So I remember bringing my friend, because usually, Delpha, you cannot bring anyone to no auditions.
Right.
And the whole time we was there, she just kept saying, what you do for Christ will last, what you do for... I'm like, you know what, I don't want to hear that right now. I'm trying to make it big. I'm trying to get in this music video. And then at that moment, I got convicted. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to just let my agent know.
Right.
You know what, I'm not going to get involved with, don't book me for any music videos. Thank God I never was in a music video. And once I said that, maybe like the next day they called me with 2 proposals like, oh, we got a music video for this person, that person, and I turned them down.
Wow.
And once I gave God a yes, my career took off.
Wow. I truly believe that there's power in giving God your yes. That really is so powerful in just so many ways, because I think that when we're in God's will, we give God a yes, God really opens doors for us. I want to talk about your movie, Love Until It Hurts. I think that it's such a big role, such a big film. I've had the opportunity to see it. I'm actually actually one of the leading characters with you in that film. And I think the movie was just such a powerful movie. And I think that everything that you are as a woman of God, what you stand for, really help you to bring this character to life. So can you tell us just a little bit about what it was like to bring the character to life? What was it like just playing this role? Because we know Loving Till It Hurts is a film about domestic violence. So those roles are really hard to play.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's very hard to bring a character to life, especially if it's something that you've never really experienced. Tell me, what was that like? What was your experience like? How did you feel, bringing this character to life?
Well, Delpha, I truly want to say that it was fun.
Yeah.
Also, it was challenging.
Yeah.
Because just like you mentioned, I've never been through domestic abuse. But I do know people,
Right.
others who have been through it.
Right.
And I said to myself, you know what, if God gave me this opportunity to be a part of this movie, I want those women who went through that situation, I want them to be able to see themselves.
Right.
So I had to do a lot of researching, a lot of praying and fasting and crying. I wanted to give up. I truly did. But it was like so many, the Lord just kept reminding me, so many women are dependent on you.
Yeah.
They need a way out. They need to hear this story that you are telling. And that's the beautiful thing about it. We get a chance to tell so many different stories. And the thing about it is, too, I never played that type of role before.
Wow.
I played other roles, but it really expanded me far as an actress. I'm not labeled as the girl next door.
Right.
I'm able to tap into different types of roles, which is a blessing.
Right. So, that's something that I think a lot of actors and actresses that are inspiring actors don't understand. You never want to get stuck into one role. So sometimes people kind of shy away from roles like this role. And, I think that it was ministry. It was acting, but you know, as a kingdom influencer, you were doing something. I've been at a lot of, you know, interviews that you've done, even the premieres, and I've heard women come to you saying, you know, it made them get free or however.
Yes.
You know, can you say that you feel like in a sense that you were able to really minister to women through your role?
Yes, and the thing about it is a lot of people always think preaching or ministering is behind the pulpit.
Right.
But God has given us all talents and gifts to advance his kingdom.
Right.
And I have been on sets where I had to actually minister to others while I was on set. I had to, and it's something that it allows me to bring forth healing, deliverance to others. You know, because one thing about it, when I go on set, it's like, I don't want to leave the same way I came. So even the people that surrounding me, I want their lives to be changed as well.
Right.
So it's, I mean, and then the thing about it is I'm able to do something I'm passionate about. So it's ministry plus what I'm passionate about. I can't ask for nothing else better.
I definitely agree. You know, and as kingdom influencers, we have to remember that, you know, yes, we're in entertainment, yes, we're in the marketplace, but we're still representing God.
Yes.
And God still needs us to show up in those areas. So I'm, you know, I just feel like it's such a blessing to see what you've been able to do through this film. I know besides being an evangelist, being an actress, you are also an author.
Yes, I am.
Tell us about your book, you know, the name of your book, what inspired you, and what was your inspiration behind your book?
Ooh, my book, it's pretty much a snippet of my life. It just gives you a bio of just going through the journey, you know, from my career, being a single mother, being a single woman, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, waiting on God to bring my Boaz.
Come on now, freedom God.
So
I ain't mad at you. Freedom God.
Yeah, so it just, you know, just gives you like a drive-by,
Right.
you know, because people think when they see you, you know, in these different on these different platforms,
Right.
they think that it's so easy. They think that, you know, everything was so smooth. You just got there smooth sailing, but they don't know the different attacks you have to go through.
Right.
The different challenges, you know, even from your childhood. You know, a lot of those different things is what help makes us be the woman that we are today. So I wanted to inspire other single mothers that you can do the same thing.
Right.
And even greater. You don't have to put your career on hold because you're raising your child. You can do it all. God would give us all a balance to be able to work everything out. So, I mean, it's an honor. And just to go back a little bit, even when you mentioned about the film, you know, when it comes to compromise and even writing a book, we don't have to compromise.
Right.
Whatever we are destined for, whatever we have been called to do, it will happen.
I agree.
No matter if it appears that somebody else is moving past us, ahead of us, whatever we are destined to do, it will happen. I don't care if it's 100 people in that room. If it's for you,
Yes.
it's for you.
I definitely agree. That's so powerful that you said it. I love that you said that because there's probably somebody watching right now. They want to act. They want to be in television. They want to write a book, but they're a woman of God or even a man of God, and they feel like they can't do this because they're a Christian. What would you say to that person? How would you encourage them, or just what would be some advice that you would give to someone that wants to get into the entertainment industry but is a child of God?
For me, I think you can't be religious
Right.
when it comes to entertainment or whatever career path someone is on. It's all about having a personal relationship with the Lord.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And once you have that personal relationship with the Lord, He will convict you. If you're doing something out of order, He will get you, you know. But the thing about it is He has allowed us all to walk this journey,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, like I mentioned before, you may not be a preacher. He may need you to be this model or this author. Writing a book is a ministry in itself.
I agree.
You know, a lot of people may not think that, you know, they probably think just writing, you know, a few pages, you know, publishing a book is just so smooth sailing, but it's not. You know, I get calls to this day about this book. I get calls to this day about the movie.
Right.
People I don't even know, and how it has really touched their lives and how it made a difference. So we are in millions of households, you know, making a difference, because everybody not going to go to church,
They not.
but they will watch a movie. They'll read a book. So it's possible. It is possible. And we both are living testimonies.
I agree. It's just, you know, really being true to who you are.
Yes.
Believing what God said. And never compromising. So, you know, I really love that you said, you know, you gave God your yes.
Yes.
Your yes opened up your career, opened up doors, you know, and has gotten you to this place that you are now.
Do you have a podcast, a YouTube TV show, or are you looking to increase your influence and expand your kingdom message? Then contact us today. My name is Amina Jirogi, and I am the founder and CEO of Revelation Network, where enlightenment and truth takes place. We have TV broadcaster spots available. We also provide studio and production if needed. And we are exclusively on C1 Media, streaming on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Android TV. Schedule your consultation with us today. Email us at revelationnetwork7@gmail.com.
Welcome back. We have more from the beautiful Shawntaria Franklin. So listen, we've talked about so much so far. The conversation has been so amazing. I want to know a little bit more about what you have coming up. What are some of the things that you're working on?
Oh, Delpha, I have so much coming up. I'm doing more TV shows, movies, stage plays. Also, this year, I definitely want to tap into commercials.
Okay.
That's something that I truly want to do. And even prior to COVID, during COVID, I even tapped into the gift of hosting. So I had to learn how to pivot during that time. So I want to do more hosting this year. So it's a lot of stuff I have planned.
Sounds very good. So tell me, I know a lot of people were saying that they couldn't find work and, you know, things were slow just because of everything, the lockdown and, you know, a lot was going on. What was that like, that transition? How did you kind of pivot and what were some ways you were able to stay, you know, continue working and finding work? Because I know you have this new project coming up. What were some of the things that you did?
So during that time, one of my friend girls, she challenged me. She said, you got to the end of this month to get on Facebook Live and do something. I said, okay, well, this is like, August 28th, so I only had like 2 days. So I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? And then I thought about it. I said, well, do what you know. You're an actress, you love motivating, you love encouraging women.
Right.
You get up there and do that. So what I did was got my camera set up. I had my son helping me in the background, and I did it from the comfort of my home. And my show titled Monday Motivation, which is similar to this Facebook Live show where I had the opportunity to bring on different guests, models, actors, business women, and I did some on location. So I went to like bakeries and makeup artists, organizations. I went some everywhere,
Right.
you know, hosting, and that was something that I never even thought about doing. You know, typically we normally limit ourselves, but it's so much more in store for us. And from that door opening up to hosting, I ended up hosting someone else's show. So not only do I host, but I host other shows as well. So that's what I did around COVID time.
Right. There's such a big market for, I believe, social media, especially as an actress. You know, I know that we have to stay up to date and make sure that we have photos and, you know, just having ourselves a certain way as models. What are some of the ways that you would say that you make sure that you constantly keep your image up, constantly, you know, stay abreast with your acting and different things? How do you prepare and how do you stay, you know, looking the way you need to look and presenting yourself on social media the way you do?
Well, it's about staying with the trends. With everything, you know, we definitely have to see what is going on with the market.
Right.
Because, you know, we can get stuck with, you know, this is how it was a few years ago. And if you continue to follow what was going on a few years ago, you're going to get lost.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to just go with the flow. You know, take your time and, you know, read books, watch movies, watch shows, take classes. And I think it's very important to take classes, whatever you're called to do. You have to hone your craft. get a mentor, someone who actually been there, you know, or actually on that same level, and they can actually help guide you to where you're trying to go. So those are some of the things that truly helps me in surrounding myself with positive people.
Yeah.
You know, it's about having the right people in your circle. You know, those who going to push you, motivate you, and want to see nothing but the best.
Right. I definitely agree with investing in your craft. If you're an actress, get a coach. You know, just to be
Yes.
out here standing in front of the mirror, get yourself a coach. You know, that's necessary. Have a walking coach if you're a model. You know,
Yes.
that stuff is very important if you want the longevity in your career. I want to ask you something. Has there ever been a time where you know, auditioned for a role or a part that you really wanted and you had to say no to it? Or, you know, you auditioned for a part and you probably didn't get it. What was that experience like, if you've ever had that experience?
Actually, you know, it's kind of heartbreak, you know, breaking. But at the end of the day, you got to remember everything is not for you,
Right.
you know, and what's for you is going to come. Long as you present yourself for that opportunity, you're going to get it. You know, but in this industry, you can't be weak-minded. You can't be, because you're going to get a lot of no's.
Right.
You're going to get a lot of no's. I don't care. You could be the best at it or whatever the case may be. And it's nothing necessarily wrong with you. It's just at this particular time, they don't need you. They
Right.
need somebody else. But you just got to continue to encourage yourself, you know, and just remember, you know, just continue to stay focused, you know, because there can be a lot of distractions and, you know, coming, you know, different directions. But you just got to keep your eyes on the prize, and eventually you'll get there.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. You know, that was one of my reasons for asking the question. Me being an actress, having those moments where I've experienced where, you know, I wanted a role and the role didn't quite work out for me, or I wanted a part and maybe I read the script and there were some things in the script that I didn't quite agree with, and I had to say no. You know, and sometimes that makes people give up, you know, because they didn't get the role they wanted, because they didn't get the part, or they were, you know, chosen, someone else was chosen, they kind of gave up. So, you know, what would be some encouragement for someone?
And you know what, too, Delpha, even when it comes to that particular question you just asked, I remember going on set to HBO Ballers. And I remember when they gave me a script, but I was a stand-in at that time. And I was filling in for someone else. And I was reading the script and it had all these swear words. And I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. So I started reading it, but I changed the words up to make it, you know, more harsh words, but not curse words, right? So I was like, I'm going to read this thing in front of everybody. And it was so many people on set. So once we finished, one of the directors was like, well, I see you didn't, you know, curse or whatever. And I told him, I said, I'm a Christian.
Right.
And he said, okay. And so on our way walking to lunch, one of the guys, he was a stand-in as well. And he told me, he said, in this business, you have to be down for whatever. And then I told him, I don't have to do what nobody else say.
Exactly.
I have morals. I'm a woman of integrity.
Yes.
Right? And right after I said that, the directors, they came up to me, they was like, we like how you made it your own. We like that. So I didn't have to compromise.
Exactly.
God got the glory out of that.
You know, I think a lot of times people, they get desperate.
Yes.
You know, they want to make it so bad that they get desperate. This is a story I never tell a lot, but my sister and I actually had gotten an opportunity to be in Playboy. They were calling, and we both made this commitment to ourselves that we would never allow ourselves to be someone that we're not. How important is that, you know, for an actress or a model to be committed? You know, because we made that commitment to ourselves, and a lot of people may look at it as like, oh, you guys would have blew up. You guys would have been all over the world had you did Playboy. But we knew who God had called us to be and
Yes.
where we would be. How important is that for someone that's watching, that's an actress or a model, to be committed and to say, this is who I am and I'm not going to bend?
Well, first, you have to know who you are.
Right.
And secondly, you know, like I mentioned before, you don't have to compromise. Take time and allow him to prune you.
Right.
You know, because a lot of times people think they are ready, and actually they not ready, because it's a different ball game, you know, when it comes to entertainment.
It is.
You know, because I have been on sets like Empire and like different sets traveling around. I see some of everything on, you know, these different sets.
Right.
And if you're not strong-minded,
Yes.
a lot of stuff you'll fall into it. You know, you'll fall into that trap. So you truly have to be careful. You have to just stay prayerful, and stay focused and know who you are and be committed to you. You know, be committed to you, and just your time will come. Your time will come. When it's the right time, everything else will fall into place.
We haven't talked much about your son, but I want to talk about motherhood.
Yes.
You know, a lot of women, they feel like once I become a mother, I have to give this up. I have to just be a mom or a wife. You know, this is my responsibility, and, you know, my career is over. But I don't believe that. And I know that you don't. Can you kind of talk and share with our viewers, you know, that there is a possibility, there is a way that you can balance this, that you don't have to choose between a mom and your career, or being a wife in your career. Can you just kind of encourage the listeners a little bit about what that experience is like to you, and how you've been able to navigate, because you're an amazing mother, how you've been able to navigate as a mom and still do all that you do?
One of the things I said was I wasn't going to live my life through my son.
Right.
Not only do I act, but from time to time, my son get into different movies and shows as well. But his main thing is sports. So when I'm not on set, I'm at the football game.
Right.
I'm at the basketball game. I'm watching him run track. You know, so it is a balance. You have to definitely learn how to balance. But at the end of the day, you still have to be a mother.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so, and it's something that I truly, I love being a mother. That's like my first priority, you know, being a mother. But at the end of the day, I still work on my career. And also, too, I allow him to help me get involved in what I'm doing.
Right.
So it's not like he sitting in the background, not doing nothing. Just like I mentioned, you know, when I was doing my show from home, he was behind the camera, you know, setting everything up. So, I mean, it's a blessing to be a mother, to be able to still fulfill your dreams. I mean, it's amazing. And I just truly feel that any of us can do it. You know, I even went to college. You know, I got my master's degree, and I'm still a mother. And I was a mother at that time, you know. And so it's like you just, you know, just continue to work hard, just stay focused, and, you know, keep your eyes on the prize, you know. So, everything will work itself out. Honestly, I'm a living testimony. I don't know how I do it, but I know that it's possible. I truly do know that.
If anyone wants to, you know, follow you, connect with you, you know, stay up to date with what you're going on with you, can you give us your social media handles? How can we contact you? How can we reach you, or even book you?
Okay.
Just for anyone that is watching, we would love for them to be able to stay connected to you.
You all can reach me at facebook.com/Shawntaria Franklin. That's SHAWNTARIA Franklin, FRANKLIN. Also, you can reach me on Instagram, as well as my email, that's ShawntariaFranklin@gmail.com.
You have been absolutely amazing. Listen, thank you all so much for tuning into our very first episode of Kingdom Influencers. I'm your host, Delpha Samuels, and I pray that you've enjoyed this interview. Please follow and connect with this amazing woman of God. She has so many great things coming up. I look forward to seeing you all at the next episode.